Throughout last year's presidential campaign, Donald Trump promised to fight for working-class Americans. His actions as president are not only doing the opposite for the working class, but he and his entourage seem focused on coming to the aid of the richest man in the world, Elon Musk. In a social media post overnight, President Trump called the recent protest of Musk's Teslas illegal and promised he would personally buy one today. He even had multiple Teslas delivered to the White House for him to view and effectively gave Musk free advertising from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Fox News anchor and Trump supporter Sean Hannity also vowing to purchase one. Trump's daughter-in-law, former RNC co-chair Laura Trump, is insisting that Americans ought to be kissing the feet of Elon Musk for what he is supposedly sacrificing to help this country. And even our country's top diplomat, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, took a very undiplomatic swipe at an ally, Poland, over the weekend in order to defend Musk and his company Starlink. The panel is back with me, Catherine Rampell, Eugene Daniels, and Tim O'Brien. Okay, so Trump has this private Tesla viewing at the White House, and then he comes out, I need to show it to you, with notes, as though he is a car salesman. Take a look at that. In the Sharpie, which is how you know it's real. Teslas can be purchased as low as $299 a month or $35K. All cars have self-driving, just needs to be turned on. I mean, what does it say that people are currently freaked out about their 401ks, freaked out about whether or not they can go to the grocery store and purchase eggs, that they're talking about cutting Social Security, which, yes, I see you yelling at me on Blue Sky. It is not an entitlement. You paid into it. That is why you are entitled to it. And instead, what he's choosing to spend his time doing is a car commercial for Tesla.
It's just bizarre. You know, I am old enough to remember when it was a scandal, that Ivanka Trump seemed to endorse a can of Goya beans, and that Kellyanne Conway, decided to endorse, in turn, Ivanka Trump's clothing line. But that was so 2017, 2018. Now, apparently, we don't care about these ethical conflicts anymore. And look, the reason why they are shilling for Elon Musk is obviously that not nobody, but sales have tanked for Teslas, and as has the stock price for Tesla, the company. And it's no mystery why, right? There's a reason why companies have historically tried to stay away from divisive culture war issues, because they are worried about alienating a certain segment of their customers. And sometimes they get it wrong, right? You saw the boycotts of Bud Light and Target and other places when Republicans were really mad about decisions that those companies had taken. Not only does Elon Musk, not avoid the culture wars, he is a, happy culture warrior. Yes. And, of course, he is helping dismantle the federal government. Like, plenty of reasons why customers would boycott them. And now Trump is trying to prop up his friend's company.
I just got to say, it feels like the presidency was already sort of the end game of influencer culture gone too far. But the fact that you have the president of the United States standing outside the White House, pretending as though it is a backdrop or a prop, a car dealership it is more than I could possibly imagine. So there's that piece of it, and I'm going to let you talk about that. But then you also overnight have this post claiming that protests at Tesla dealerships are illegal. He said today he would label violence against dealerships domestic terrorism. Now, you know I am judicious in how I play this sound, but I think you need to hear it from him.
Mr. President talks about some of the violence that's been going on around the country at dealerships. Some say they should be labeled domestic terrorists.
I will do that. I'll do it. I'm going to stop them. We catch anybody doing it because they're harming a great American company. Let me tell you, you do it to Tesla and you do it to any company, we're going to catch you and you're going to go through hell.
So just to be clear, you protest a private company, you are labeled by this administration a domestic terrorist. You show up at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th with the intent to overturn a fair and free election, and you get a pardon.
And you commit acts of violence and threaten federal legislators, and you get a pass. But if you insult Donald Trump's friends or you insult the people who bankroll his existence, you'll get put in handcuffs. And, it's always amazing to me how Donald Trump, when he goes off on these rants, sounds, even in that clip, like a guy in a leather chair in Queens calling into a radio show and ranting. It's Don from Queens, and you need to go down to the Tesla right now and buy one. He does it all the time. And beyond the tomfoolery of it and the inanity of it is this is deeply corrupt. You have someone in the Oval Office who has always been a human shingle throughout his own business career. He sold mattresses, ties, water, everything with his name on it. He and his family are investors in cryptocurrencies. He owns a stake in a cryptocurrency exchange, and he's using the powers of the federal government to bring crypto inside as a federally recognized asset and a backup currency in the Treasury Department, which immediately affects the price of his own holdings. And now he has someone in helping him remake the federal government, Elon Musk, whose entire financial well-being rests on the effervescent stock price of Tesla. It's his currency for doing deals. It's his currency for having political influence. And it's under pressure not only because he's engaging in clown rodeos for Donald Trump, but it's also because the fundamentals of Tesla as a company are strained right now, in part because of the action Trump's own administration had taken towards green initiatives. They are locked at the hip financially and politically, and they're trading on it at the expense of the American public.